Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I am your host Ankit and we will start with the introduction regarding functional programming. In order to understand the language and string, first we need to know what functional programming is. Java is described as an object-oriented programming language, and if you have done coding with Java before, you should be familiar with the concept of classes and objects. Classes and objects are core of Java. So we have a concept of OOPs, which has four pillars: inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. So in Java code, you can have a class, say called human, and this might have a field called leg, and a field called hands, and a method called walk. So now you create the object of that type called human, and then you might call the walk method on the human object. So when the human object walks, the energy level goes down gradually, which is basic nature of behavior of that object. And that concept should hopefully be quite familiar. So that is what object oriented is. Now there's the introduction of functional programming, which is a different way of thinking about coding. It's different to object oriented programming, but once you get used to it, it will be very powerful thing. You would know and would let you write clean code without using boilerplate codes. In functional programming, you forget about classes and objects, and all of that one must just focus on functions. Functions in functional programming give you the same output every time you give the same input. So let's say you have a function called double, function which is going to double the number. So if you give the input 2, the output will always be 4. If you give it 100, the output will always be 200. So this is quite straightforward with things like number operations. Say for some reason we don't like certain numbers, so we want to tell the function, please filter out the particular number. If we pass on a list of numbers, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we want to omit 3, the output will be 1, 2, 4, 5, and it will omit 3. But you might want to do some more sophisticated filtering now, like filtering out odd numbers, or say filtering out the even numbers. So there might be a function called is odd number to work out if a number is even or odd. So there is this method or function called is odd number. You give the number, and when this thing runs, the output will be like 135 because it's filtered out the even numbers using the another function. So function can take. So now let's get insight more about function. A function has the ability to take functions as input as well, not just the numbers, but it can take functions too. And in some cases, the output might be a function as well. So in general, when we are giving 2 and getting 4 always, so there can be scenarios where the input could be a function and the output might be function again. So that is also possible. So you might set a function that produces another function. Functional programming is a different way of thinking about code. Most programming languages use a mix of different programming types. So Java can't be left behind, and now Java is no different. Although it is very much an object-oriented language, there are ways to do modern functional programming with it. And two of the features introduced in Java8, lambdas and strings, allows us to do that functional style programming in Java. Thanks. Let's get into another topic.